Hey everyone out there, VCers. Thanks for stopping by again to LPs R Us. We're going to do a quick video today. I got a lot of Christmas records this year, Christmas presents rather, on vinyl. And I'm going to start looking at them and opening them, as I haven't opened, obviously. And I'm going to do reviews on ones that I think are probably not well known and maybe obscure or maybe been sitting around for a while. But what I'm doing today is one album that I received from my good friend Jay from J Card Photography. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate this album. And this is Fleetwood Mac Rumours Live. It's a double LP. It's 180 gram. Mastered at the Bernie Grumman Studio by Chris Bell. So it's got all the pedigree. It's recorded live from 1977. And this is the album right there. Still has a shrink. It's a gatefold. I'm going to peel off the shrink and retain it, and I'll show you how I do that. So this is actually recorded in August 29, 1977, I believe, in California. They did their tour of Rumours and Fleetwood Mac. Here's the original LPs from back in the day. These are mine from college. This has the textured cover. It has the inner in there. This is a tan reprise. Not sure if what the pedigree of that is, if it's a first edition or third edition, but it doesn't matter. They all sound great. Here's a Rumours with the hype. Go Your Own Way was the hit at the time. Many hits. This could be considered a greatest hits album as well. I'll show you the back cover. And the back cover is the similar sessions that were taken for this live LP. You know, first it was Fleetwood Mac, then it was Rumours. These records have sold in the tens of millions, maybe in the 50s of millions, multiple platinum records or whatever. Here's one that I pulled out to show my friends that I worked with at the record store. You can see our price, $4.74. That may be my writing. Back in the day, these records were, I believe, $7.98, $8.98 list. We were selling them for $5. Maybe the boss at the time just still has a shrink on it. Maybe the boss at the time was making 50 cents on an LP. But in those days, you would get the deals from the distributors, 25 and 1, 25 and 2, which meant if you bought 25, you get 2 free. That's complete profit, etc., etc. But we sold thousands of these records, thousands. And here we have this today that came out this year. Now, this was under the radar. I didn't know about this. Jay had said it sounds great. He actually gave me and Big John, who you know from my videos, and Jay actually did a video with me a few months back from his Florida trip. So Jay was nice enough to get me this. Now, Jay is a huge Fleetwood Mac, this incarnation fan. He loves Stevie Nicks. He loves what's the fella's name? Lindsey Buckingham. He's given me his albums through the years. And this is just a great present from Jay. And just played it this afternoon. Here's the hype sticker. It says here 2 LPs, 180 gram, previously unreleased, maybe on bootleg, unreleased live show from the legendary 77 Rumours tour. Includes the hits Dreams, Go Your Own Way, Say You Love Me, The Chain, and more. And what's interesting about this is that they're not just doing, the band rather is not just doing the songs verbatim off the LP. You have a 8-minute version of Rihanna, The Witch's Song. You have a almost 8-minute version of World Turning with Christy McVie and Lindsey Buckingham as the authors. You have a Gold Dust Woman, 7+ minutes. You have Never Going Back Again, which is 3 minutes. It's just on and on and on. Now, again, I'm going to give you some of the statistics on this, some of the stats. Mastered by Del Hirsch, Dan Hirsch at DU Los Angeles. Lacquers by Chris Bell at Bernie Grugman Mastering Hollywood. Just an amazing record. The band is the original of this, like I said, incarnation. Fleetwood Mac drums, John McVie bass, Christy McVie keyboard, synthesizer, vocals. Passed away not too long ago. We miss her. Lindsey Buckingham, guitar and vocals, and his girlfriend at the time, and protege and colleague, Stevie Nicks, the songbird. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the album, then we'll do the actually opening of the record from the shrink. Like I said, here's what the label looks like. If you haven't seen that, has the typical Rumours, and inside you can see the outline of the Fleetwood Mac. So very nice. Very. My first impressions were what Jay had told me, that this is a great sounding record, and let me tell you, 4 sides, immaculate, quiet, a Warner Brothers produced record, and I have some quick notes that I just jotted down. Lush, just a lush soundstage. Vocals were crystal clear, and even there were duets. You'd have Christy McVie on one end, Lindsey Buckingham on the other. You'd have the vocals coming in as harmonies from Stevie. The drumming is just off the charts. The drumming, Mick Fleetwood is really, Mick is really hitting the drums. Don't forget, 77 years ago. That's almost 50 years ago. Okay, bass, McVie's bass, note for note, just perfect. The band was so tight. It's a tour de force. Like I said, they didn't just articulate the music off the LP, which would have been boring. They jammed a little bit on some of those extended versions. There's 3 songs that are, like I indicated, almost 8 minutes long. And Christy and Stevie were just so sweet. It's just wonderful to hear. Like I said, I'm not the Fleetwood Mac aficionado. My hat's off to my friend Eddie, who's my vinyl mentor, and Jay, who sorry, Jay, that I got you into this hobby again. One day, Jay came over and we were listening, and they didn't have the same system I have now, but it was a great system. We were listening to Curtis Mayfield's Superfly and some other things during Christmas, and he just looked at me, and the next thing I know, he's getting a Project turntable. He's hooking up better BMW speakers. He's hooking up better cables, and now Jay has got no room because he's got too much vinyl, but that's how it goes. Now, listening to this record brought back a flood of memories. It's like an old overcoat or old pair of sneakers, jeans, whatever, because we've all heard these tunes a million times. These records are in my generation's DNA. They were kind of overproduced for me at the time, but I really dug them. This is not my favorite band, Fleetwood Mac. If you go back, and I'm going to link it into my comments. I learned how to do that not too long ago. My video, which I did a year ago, about what's your favorite Fleetwood Mac incarnation. You got the Peter Green, you got the Robert Welsh era, you got this era, etc. So I have that video, which I think is going to get some maybe some more views if I link it to this video. So please watch that. And while I'm talking about watching, thank you for watching my videos, helping me get those subscriptions, helping me get the likes. I really enjoy doing this. I just finished a couple of vinyl tags. I did Rachel's Beatles vinyl tag. I did Rob Walker's just regular vinyl tag. So I really appreciate all the subs. And if you haven't subbed, please sub my channel if you can. Please like my channel if you can. But this is just comfort food for the soul. There's just a lush recording here. It's right off it's right off the soundboard. This is apparently a legendary tour, so I'm sure this concert was available on different bootlegs, different outtake, what have you, but I never heard it. And my question was, do we need another live Fleetwood Mac album? We have a few live Fleetwood Mac albums of this band. You know, I say, yeah, why not? It's a great album. It's a double album. It's inexpensive. I believe this album is under $50, double. It's still available. It's not one of those limited where you're going to have to buy now or cry later BS, which is getting to be ridiculous now. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you want to go for $175 to buy UHQR or $175 to buy a one-step, that's great. But this record for a 33 1/3 double across four sides, and they don't script on the sides. The sides are over 18 minutes a side. It's just a perfect mastering, from Chris Bellman at the Bernie's mastering lab. Sound production, like I said, is unbelievable. They don't just phone in these tunes. Obviously, if they phoned in these tunes, and what I mean by phoning in these tunes is they didn't just go up and recite the record. They did this stuff live. They did it with passion. And like Stevie Nicks said, on stage, we're all looking like we're going in other directions, but the chemistry was there. It just blended in. It's just a perfect accompaniment. If you love Rumours, if you love Fleetwood Mac, Fleetwood Mac. And one other thing, there is a special bonus on this. Not a bonus, but it's part of the record. The only non-era of this band that's on here is "Oh Well," the famous Peter Green song that he did, almost a full instrumental. But they jam on this. They kick butt on this. Here again is the record. And what I'm going to do is I sliced it open and pull the records out. It's a gatefold. And now I'm going to pull down the shrink. The shrink is loose. This is a really nice shrink wrap, and I wanted to keep the hype sticker intact. And as you can see, I just slide it down, loosen it up a bit, and you have a perfect preservation of the shrink. I really loathe, I'm using the word loathe, but I really hate, I see other vinyl people on their channels, and I love their channels, but they just rip off the shrink. And what I do is I'll take one of the records in their, by the way, these are polylined sleeves that you get free of charge when you buy this record, which is a nice touch. You don't always get that, and it really makes a difference as far as a scratch or a nick or a scuff or whatever. Let me just see if I can see here. It's kind of dark. But what I do is I just flip this in, and I'll try to get this together here for you. And then I put this back in the gatefold, and you have this right here. And if you want to save your shrink and your hype stickers, basically it's up to you. I always keep the shrink on if I can. If it's a single, if it's a gatefold, I'll try to slide it off. And now for the first time, I am looking at the actual inner gatefold. So here you have it. 2023 Warner Brothers, a 2-record set. It was a present, really nice spine, really nice jack for what these things go for. I'm not sure the total price. Like I said, it was a gift, but I'm thinking they're under $50, $40 or whatever. But what I just want to say is this is a great recording. It's well worth it. I'm glad we have another live Fleetwood Mac album, because this basically encompasses the 2 multi-platinum records, Fleetwood Mac, as we know, and Rumours, as we know. And here again are my originals. There you go, with the hype, with the shrink. And this price was $4.99 on that, $4.99. And here is Fleetwood Mac. Like I said, these list price, this doesn't have the list price. This is $19.75. I think the list price was either $6.98, $7.98, and maybe in that price range. I know when they came out with the live double album, believe it or not, it was a Tusk album with some tracks live. That raised the price to maybe $8.98, $9.98, and that was people were going nuts because they're raising the prices. But at that time, Fleetwood Mac could demand whatever price they really wanted. Let's face it, they were multi-platinum. They were on top of the world, and that album didn't do as well as they had hoped. But how can you do as well as you had hoped when these two albums just hit everybody, like out of the blue? It just came out and it was just one hit after the other. And I just wanted to state again before I forget, thanks for all the subs. Hope you like this segment. I'm going to start doing some Christmas present reviews. And I don't think, my point was in this video is, I don't think people know about the video, about this album. I didn't know about this album. It's off my radar. I'm not looking up Fleetwood Mac. I'm not on the fan club. Jay had found out about it. He had told me this is one of the best sounding live records he's heard, and he's right. It's right off the soundboard. It has excellent presence, very crystal clear. If you like noiseless albums, this may be a digital source from whatever tape it was recorded on originally off the soundboard, maybe mastered digitally, then lacquered by Chris Bellman. But whatever, he did a great job. And not all digital recordings are terrible, as you know. Even if you check out our Mr. Fremers, Mr. Fremers videos, he'll tell you that. So this record, I'm going to hold it up again if I can find it. This record, I did not know about it. I'm glad I got it as a gift because I wouldn't have normally bought this unless I saw it at a record store or things. I think this was also available at Walmart. It's the same pressing. So if you see it at Walmart and it doesn't have an exclusive on it or Target, I believe this is the same record. I'm just going to go over some of the notes here. This is interesting on the back. 8/29/77. It's difficult for us mere mortals to imagine what it was like to be a member of Fleetwood Mac on August 29th, 1977. Well, you can imagine what they sounded like because you can listen to this record. It's just a remarkable document of this record, and what it says actually here, if I do a quick scan and I'm looking at it again, it basically shows what I said about these records on here. They're not just phoning it in; they're actually stretching some of these records into 8-minute pieces, 7-minute pieces, etc. You have 18 songs on here, 18 tracks. And once again, there's the back if you want to freeze that out. I hope you're seeing this. But that's it. I'm going to put these on and say adios. I really love doing this, and I really want to thank Jay for this gift. And I'll send him this video now. But I answered the question, do we really need another Fleetwood Mac Live? In this case, yes. That's my opinion. You may feel that we don't. There's plenty of other live stuff out there. There's bootlegs, there's CDs and videos of them live that are great. The Blu-rays of them live are just amazing. So here's a band this record's almost 50 years old. This document of this concert's almost 50 years old. It's hard to imagine it's that long ago. So keep rocking. Thanks for dropping in, and see you soon down the road. And don't forget, support your local record store if you can. And it's not a bad idea to buy things online. Just know where you're buying. Be educated about grading. I will do a video about grading, how I grade, and how I will pick out records online. Just a quick note: if you're going to buy a record online and the seller indicates play test it and play test it near mint, play test it VG Plus, and gives you a description, you have a better chance of getting something that is equal to what the rating is, rather than I looked at it under a bright light, I think it's a VG plus. I think it's excellent. I think it's near mint, etc. Because looking at a record just doesn't give you the proper grading. I've had records that look near mint, and there's noise on them. There's surface noise, so it could go either way. I have records that were trashed. I cleaned them. They looked like they were VG. They played VG plus. I've done one online about a Kiss record. I forget the title of the Kiss record. Looks VG. Looks terrible. You know, unfortunately, VG, very good, is not very good. VG means not good if you're going to do a grading. But it goes both ways. So you really have to have a play-tested album if you want to really be sure. Or if you know the person that you're buying the record from and you trust his grading, you're in compliance with his grading. But I'm going off here because I'm enjoying talking to you about this. But once again, we could use another Fleetwood Mac Live. This is a great album. It has great sonics. It's crystal clear. The vocals are really, really super. There's no sibilants. Note for note, the bass man is there. The rhythm section is there. The guitar playing by Lindsay's there. My girls, the Songbird and Christy are there. And they just 5 people. They create a miracle. So thanks a lot and keep rocking. And we will see you at the next video, which will probably coming tomorrow. Thank you and good night.